Hi everyone, today I am reviewing a fragrance that is probably really marketed for men, and that one is Acqua di Parma's Sandalo Eau de Cologne Concentrate. Sandalo Eau de Cologne Concentrate, and I have just a sample here, and the notes are sparkling citrus notes of colonia, sublimated by the creamy and enveloping notes of Mysore sandalwood, blend with aromatic notes of lavender, soft accents of tonka bean, and that's really it in terms of the notes. This is actually one of my favourite men's fragrances in terms of if you're looking for a mass appealing, easy pleasing type fragrance, something that's a little bit upscale but not too challenging. I really enjoy this one. I think it's quite sexy on a man. So I'm gonna give it a little wearing and give you my thoughts on it, if that's okay. So initial thoughts, I've literally just sprayed it now. The initial thoughts are that it's extremely masculine. When you first spray it, a really strong sandalwood note, which is kind of rough. It's not like a smooth creamy sandalwood, certainly not at this point. It's more like just a kind of very masculine woody note. Like imagine a lumberjack has just chopped down a tree in the woods, and it's that freshly chopped tree, woodsy, rugged type smell. It definitely has some aromatic aspects to it. Very kind of generic in a way, generic herbal aromatic notes, like a typical masculine fragrance. So the opening to me is not where the magic's happening, but it is good. It's just not that exceptional to start with. But let's see it through its journey and we'll see what happens. So an hour has now passed. I've been for a walk and I've kind of been sniffing my wrist quite a lot, so I can give you some more information about how it smells to me. So, oh look, Sweetie's just turned up. Hi babe. Sorry about having to do this in my hand and not on a stand, but my stand's broken, so I can't. Cat's all over me. So it's like this, it's a bit wobbly, I'm afraid. So what I noticed when I was wandering along on my little walk is the sandalwood's very pronounced, and it actually feels like an east meets west kind of fragrance. Look at her. Look, Tweety. Feels like an east meets west fragrance in that as I said, the opening is kind of masculine, mass appealing, and there's a soapiness to it, there's definitely a cleanness to it, but the sandalwood is very intense, and the sandalwood feels exotic and more eastern. It's kind of spicy and rich, and it brought to mind as I was wandering along a wise spiritual man, maybe an Indian man in a wooden hut in the forests somewhere in India, kind of maybe with some sandalwood oil on his skin, just practicing his religion. It just feels a bit exotic and spiritual in some way, and very much a Eastern kind of feeling with the spiciness of the sandalwood. But you do have these common generic notes that you do get in a lot of men's fragrances. It does have almost like a green shower gel kind of smell, so it's herbal, soapy, and you have a wooden concoction, a concoction of woodiness that's a little bit like the woodiness you get in Sauvage. So whether there's ambroxan in there or not, I don't know. I'm starting to sound like a broken record when I talk about ambroxan, so I'm trying to stay away from that. But it doesn't smell like Sauvage itself, but it just has this kind of woodiness that you get from Sauvage. But it definitely changes on your skin, so it's even now transforming, and I'm starting to like it more and more. It's a bit peppery as well, which I really like. So it's peppery, woodsy. You've got the beautiful exotic sandalwood, but you've also got the sort of generic shower gel man cologne thing going on all at the same time, but just seamlessly blended together, so it doesn't feel chunky or weird. It feels kind of smooth and sophisticated. Very much a universally acceptable fragrance, versatile, a fragrance that would impress, I think. So something for a man to wear on a date or to a job interview, that kind of thing. It definitely has an upper class kind of feel to it. And of course it is Acqua di Parma, so it has that Italian sophistication. It's not something I would wear. It definitely feels very masculine. I really like it. I think it's really nice for a man. It's not avant-garde, it's not weird, and it's not unusual, but it does smell really, really good. So I'm gonna come back once we've had a couple more hours go by. I'll be at work. I am on a night shift, so I'll be at work. I'll see if I can come back somehow and give you a little bit more of an update. Quick update, about another half an hour, 40 minutes has passed. I'm about to leave for work. It's 6 p.m. and I'm giving you an update now because this point in the fragrance is where it really starts to get good, really quite nice. So now it feels spicy. I feel like I'm getting a combination of nutmeg and cinnamon, a really lovely, slightly sweet, spicy accord sitting on top of that woodsiness. So the woodsiness is now not quite so loud, not as obvious. It's kind of like 50-50 woodsiness with spices. Really cozy, not too loud, not obnoxious, just really, really pleasant. Still very much a mass appealing. People will like it, but it's not so generic now, which is what I like. So I'm going to go to work now. Hiya, so final update. It is now 8 hours into the fragrance. I'm here in the work toilets and I wanted to give you my final thoughts. So it's now nearly midnight and the fragrance is still fairly strong. It smells like a slightly spicy, woodsy, almost incense kind of, but translucent thing. It's quite pleasant, really quite nice. I think if you are looking for something that most people are going to enjoy, something that will work in a professional setting or a date or any setting where you want to impress, I actually think it's a really nice fragrance. It does feel masculine to me. That's not to say that a woman couldn't wear it. It's just not my cup of tea. I like to wear things that are more sweet and a bit more floral or gourmand leaning. But overall, I think it's a really nice one. It's got a lot of class about it, and I think you can't really go wrong. If someone asks you what you're wearing, I think it's pretty cool. Acqua di Parma is a really nice brand, and Sandalo has a nice ring to it. So I really think it's a great fragrance if you're looking for an all-rounder with a bit of class. That is my thoughts on Acqua di Parma's Sandalo. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.